This is a training video on how to use Tornado AC-2 Universal Shotcrete machine. The machine is designed to perform mechanical application of shotcrete masses on different surfaces, concrete, stone, brick, metal, using both dry and wet shotcrete methods. It is also used for sandblasting in small volumes. Never use the machine for purposes other than those for which it is intended. Shotcrete machine design. The machine consists of a frame, to which the drive is attached from below. The drive includes a gearbox, located inside the lower frame, and an electric motor. The shaft is placed in the hole of the gearbox, and the dosing drum is attached to it from above. The drum with linings is located between the sealing plates, upper and lower, which have outlets for lubrication. The dosing head is attached to the frame with 4 tie rods. The pressing force of the sealing plates to the dosing drum is regulated by changing the length of the tie rods. A loading hopper is attached to the dosing head. It is equipped with a vibrator and a sieve on which a knife for cutting bags is installed. There is also a snorkel on the hopper, which is designed to release air from the dosing drum cell when working with the wet shotcrete method. Pressure is released from the empty cell of the drum through the exhaust pipe. On the lower part of the frame, there is a blower, to which a material hose is attached with a clamp. Polyurethane and rubber inserts are installed inside the blower. On the frame, there is also a set of tools for servicing the installation. For moving the machine, wheels and a handle with a swivel wheel are attached to the frame. For lifting the shotcrete machine with a crane, there are 2 sling loops on the frame. The air system of the unit consists of an air distributor, to which a supply line with a supply line valve is connected. The upper air line with the valve of the upper line comes out of the air distributor. There is a lower air line with a lower line valve and pressure gauge. The upper part contains a vibrator valve and an airline of the vibrator and the blowing unit. In the lower part there is a pressure and condensate relief valve. 3-phase power supply is connected to the machine through an electrical socket. The electric motor is controlled by an automatic switch and a frequency converter. The frequency converter is placed in a steel electrical cabinet. Controls are located on the front panel of the cabinet. There are a start button and a stop button, speed controller, a work lamp and a trouble lamp, as well as control indicators of the supply voltage phases. On the back panel of the cabinet there is a reverse button. Let's consider the design of the nozzle. The nozzle consists of a nozzle holder with sealing rings, shut-off valve and a water regulation valve, a nozzle tip and a retaining clip. Additional equipment. Additional equipment is required for the operation of the machine. A compressor with a capacity of 5 cubic meters per minute and a pressure of 5 to 7 bar. Please note that the airflow varies depending on the diameter and length of the material hose used. The air consumption schedule can be found in the instruction manual. The air must be free of moisture and oil. It is strictly forbidden to let moisture or oil with air into the unit. The presence of moisture can cause the mixture to stick to the drum, blower, and hoses, and lead to further machine failure, while the presence of oil will negatively affect the quality of shotcrete. You will need a power supply 380 V, 50 Hz, a recommended cable for connecting the electrical power supply PVA 4x2, 5 mm, a source of water with a pressure of at least 3 bar. A water hose with an inner diameter of 18 mm, and an air hose with an inner diameter of at least 32 mm. Preparing the shotcrete machine for operation and test run. Before starting work with the machine, it is necessary to study the AC-2 operation manual. Shotcrete machine is a complex mechanism. It is not allowed to operate the machine without instructing the operator. Place the unit on a horizontal platform, eliminating the possibility of spontaneous rolling, and ground the unit. Check the oil level in the reducer through the control window. The level should be visible in the viewing window. It is not allowed to operate the unit without oil in the reducer. Attach the material hose with a nozzle to the blower using a clamp. Pay attention, the material hose must be evenly cut and protrude from the adapter a few millimeters more than the polyurethane insert recessed into the blower. This is necessary to better seal the hose with the blower and prevent air breakthrough. Connect the water hose to the nozzle. Connect the power cable. And connect the air hose to the air distributor. Open the upper air supply. Disconnect the vibrator line. Disconnect the upper air line. Loosen the tie rods and fold them out. Dismantle the sieve from the hopper. Raise the dosing head with the hopper on both sides and fold it forward. Remove the dosing drum from the shaft. Check the surface of the drum lining. It must be clean, without pits and burrs. If necessary, wipe the contact surfaces with a dry cloth. Check the surface of the sealing plates. They must be clean, free of cavities and burrs. If necessary, wipe the contact surfaces with a dry cloth. Please note that the Tornado AC-2 Shotcrete machine can be equipped with two types of sealing plates. PU AC-2 sealing plates, upper and lower. X AC-2 sealing plates or X plates, upper and lower. Regular PU AC-2 plates require lubrication before starting work and during work at intervals of 15 minutes. X plates have several times longer wear resistance, and do not require lubrication during operation. X plates are lubricated only before starting work and then work without lubrication. So the AC-2 Shotcrete machine is already equipped with X plates. If the machine is equipped with regular sealing PU AC-2 plates, it is necessary to check the lubrication channels of the plates with a grease gun to make sure that lubricant flows through the lubrication channels. Before assembly, the contact surfaces of the sealing plates are manually coated with a thin layer of Latal 24. The lubricant must be clean. Install the dosing drum and the dosing head with the hopper in reverse order. Insert the tie rods into the slots of the dosing head. Tighten the nuts on the tie rods by hand until they stop. Connect the upper air supply line to the dosing head and the vibrator air line to the vibrator. Place the sieve into the hopper. Before starting work, check that all hoses are connected correctly and securely. Start the machine in the idle mode without mixture. This is necessary to set the correct rotation of the dosing drum, and to carry out the correct tightening of the sealing plates to the dosing drum. Please note that at first, the compressed air is supplied to the mixture supply system, and only then the electric motor is switched on. The plates are tightened only with air and when the electric motor is switched on. Smoothly open the mainline valve until it is fully open. Open the upper and lower lines halfway. Switch on the motor protection. Press the start button. Check the correct direction of rotation of the dosing drum. The dosing drum must rotate in the direction of the arrow marked on the dosing drum, i.e., counterclockwise. If the dosing drum rotates in the wrong direction, use the reverse button to set the correct rotation of the drum in the direction of the arrow on the dosing drum. Then tighten the sealing plates to the dosing drum. To do this, at the base of the blower not completely pinch the material hose in such a way as to create pressure in the mixture supply system of the installation and create a pressure of 3 bar on the pressure gauge. Using the wrench that comes with the machine, Evenly tighten all 4 tie rods to ensure tightness between the sealing plates and the dosing drum, so that there is no air leakage between the sealing plates and the dosing drum at a pressure of 3 bar in the mixture supply system of the unit, that is, on the pressure gauge of the installation. Air leakage between the sealing plates and the dosing drum during the operation of the machine is not allowed, as this leads to premature wear of the sealing plates and drum linings. After adjusting the pressing of the sealing plates to the dosing drum, first, turn off the electric motor by pressing the stop button on the control panel. And then shut off the air supply to the machine. Note that you can set the pressure on the pressure gauge to 3 bar only when adjusting the pressing of the sealing plate to the drum, and the approximate pressure on the pressure gauge of the unit during shotcreting using the dry method 1.8 bar. Starting a shotcrete machine. One person takes the nozzle in their hands, nozzleman, and the second one stands near the machine, operator. Smoothly open the valve of the main line. Open the upper and lower highway halfway. The nozzleman opens the water supply valve on the nozzle and water with air will come out of the nozzle. Try to regulate the amount of water on the nozzle. When the faucet is smoothly opened, the amount of water will increase. When the faucet is closed, the amount of water will decrease. Set the position of the tap a little less than half, so that a small amount of water comes out of the nozzle. Start the machine with the start button on the control panel. Then pour the shotcrete mass into the bunker. Set the pressure on the pressure gauge with a tap on the lower and upper lines. The air pressure on the pressure gauge is adjusted according to the need and distance of transportation so that the flow of the mixture in the material hose is smooth and uniform. The approximate pressure on the pressure gauge is 1.8 bar. After loading the mixture into the hopper and starting the machine, make sure that there is no dusting between the plates and the drum. Dusting shotcrete mixture between the plates and the drum leads to premature wear of the plates and drum linings. If dusting does occur, it indicates insufficient tightening. It is necessary to turn off the machine, empty it of the mixture, disassemble and clean it. Inspect drum linings and plates. After inspection, assemble back the machine and start again. After starting the machine and supplying the mixture, the nozzleman adjusts the water content in the mixture by visual assessment with a water supply adjustment valve. When there is dusting, increase the water flow until dusting stops. When the mixture comes off the surface or drains, reduce the water flow. The nozzle must be held perpendicular to the shotcrete surface at a distance of 0,8 to 1 meter. Apply shotcrete in horizontal stripes, in succession from bottom to top, moving the nozzle evenly in a spiral. During the work, the nozzleman needs to rotate the nozzle tip by 90 degrees every 5 to 10 minutes. This will ensure even tip wear and prolong tip life. The operator must continuously fill the mixture into the hopper through a sieve and monitor the set pressure on the pressure gauge. The approximate working pressure is 1.8 bar. Minor flowing of air within the bunker is allowed. If necessary, for better spillage of the mixture, turn on the vibrator on the hopper. If you have regular PU AC-2 sealing plates on the machine, they must be lubricated every 15 minutes during operation. This will allow the machine to operate in normal mode and reduce the load on the drive. And if you have AC-2 sealing plates or X plates on the machine, you don't need to lubricate them during operation. They are lubricated only before starting work. During operation, the operator and the nozzleman must be within sight to give signals to each other, for example, turn off or turn on the machine, etc. Stopping a shotcrete machine. A shotcrete machine is stopped in the sequence opposite to how it is started. To stop the machine, first, switch off the motor with the stop button on the control panel. After stopping the engine, it is necessary to wait for some time till the remaining mixture gets blown out of the hoses. At this time, the nozzleman shuts off the water supply with a tap on the nozzle. After the hoses have been purged with a tap on the supply line, the compressed air supply is shut off. Shotcrete service. After the end of the shift, maintenance of the machine must be carried out. Pipelines are blown cleaned to prevent sticking of mixture residues on the walls of the dosing drum, blower, material hose and nozzle. The entire machine is blown clean. Disconnect the vibrator line. Disconnect the upper air line. Loosen the tie rods and fold them out. Dismantle the sieve from the hopper. Raise the dosing head with the hopper on both sides and fold it forward. Inspect the dosing drum. The surface of the drum lining must be clean and smooth. There should be no wear, scratches, scuffs, or chips. If there is wear or scratches of more than 1 mm, it is necessary to remove the lining from the drum and polish it up or replace it with a new one. Inspect the upper and lower sealing plates. The surface of the plates must be clean and smooth. There should be no wear, scratches or scuffs. If there is wear or scratches of more than 1 mm, it is necessary to remove the plates and polish them up or replace them with new ones. Before reassembly, it is necessary to lubricate the contact surfaces of the plates with a thin layer of Latal 24. Assemble the machine in reverse order. Place the drum and the dosing head with the hopper, connect the upper air line and the vibrator line, and twist the tie rods by hand. The final tightening of the racks is carried out only before starting work. It is also necessary to clean the nozzle after the end of the shift. To do this, remove the fixing bracket from the nozzle holder body. Take out the nozzle tip. Clean the core and the body of the nozzle holder from the shotcrete mixture. Pay special attention to the holes of the water ring on the nozzle holder core. They must be clean and not clogged with shotcrete mixture. If necessary, clean them with a special awl that comes in the tool kit. Inspect the sealing rings of the nozzle holder. They should not have any damage. After cleaning, lubricate the inner part of the nozzle holder body and the outer part of the tip core with a thin layer of Latal 24 and assemble it back. Periodically, it is also necessary to blow clean the inside of the frequency converter cabinet with dry air. To do this, it is necessary to completely de-energize the unit by disconnecting the power cable. Open the cabinet with the key that comes with the machine. Blow the inside of the cabinet with low air pressure. Note that the air must be moisture and oil-free. After blow cleaning the cabinet, close it back. Wet mix shotcreting with Tornado AC-2. The design of the AC-2 universal shotcrete machine also allows using it for the wet mix method of applying shotcrete, when a ready-to-use mixture is loaded into the loading hopper and gets transported through the material hose with the airflow. In contrast to the dry mix shotcrete process, no water supply to the nozzle is required. It is only possible to supply various additives, like setting accelerators, to the nozzle using the A5 dosing pump. Preparation of the machine for wet mix shotcrete application is the same as for the dry method. Before starting work, we recommend preparing and passing the starting solution through the machine and the material hose, which is necessary to lubricate the walls of the hose and remove dry material residues. Industrial production mixtures or mixtures that are similar to them and are prepared according to instructions, are used as a starting solution. A cement water solution in a ratio of 1:1 is also allowed to be used as a starter solution. For most cases, the required amount of starting solution is about 20 liters. Having completed the preparation of the machine for operation, one person takes the nozzle in their hands, nozzleman, and the second one stands near the machine, operator. Smoothly open the valve of the main line. Open the upper and lower air supply valve slightly. Air will come out of the nozzle. Start the machine with the start button on the control panel. Gradually pour the starting mixture into the plant bunker. The exiting starting mixture from the nozzle can be drained into a container. After having run the starting mixture, pour the shotcrete mixture. When using the AC-2 shotcrete machine for wet mix shotcreting, you can use a ready-made mixture or a mixture you've prepared on your own. Note that the mobility of the mixture for the operation of the AC-2 shotcrete machine must be at least 8 cm by immersion of the cone DSDU 5800-286. The measurements can be taken with a standard cone. After having poured the mixture into the hopper, the operator adjusts the working pressure on the pressure gauge. The air pressure on the pressure gauge is adjusted according to the need and distance of transportation so that the flow of the mixture in the material hose is smooth and uniform. When the machine is used for wet mix shotcreting, the approximate pressure on the unit's pressure gauge is 3 bar. During the unit's operation, the operator must monitor the set pressure on the pressure gauge and make sure that the hopper is filled with the mixture smoothly. For more effective spillage of the mixture, turn on the vibrator on the hopper. If you have ordinary PU AC-2 sealing plates on the machine, then during operation they must be lubricated every 15 minutes, which will allow the unit to operate in normal mode and reduce the load on the drive. If you have AC-2 sealing plates or X plates on the machine, then you don't need to lubricate them during operation, as they need to be lubricated only before starting work. During operation, the operator and the nozzleman must keep each other within sight to be able to send each other signals, for example, turn off or turn on the machine, and so on. The process of wet shotcreting should be continuous and the machine should not stop for more than 5 to 10 minutes, because with a longer stop the mixture begins to harden and loses its mobility, which makes it hard for the machine to transport the mixture or even to stop the machine's work. Stopping the shotcrete machine. To stop the machine, first switch off the motor with the stop button on the control panel. After stopping the engine, it is necessary to wait for some time till the remaining mixture gets blown out of the hoses. At this time, the nozzleman shuts off the water supply with a tap on the nozzle. After the hoses have been purged with a tap on the supply line, the compressed air supply is shut off. Servicing the shotcrete machine. At the end of work or during long breaks, it is necessary to clean and flush the machine. Empty the loading hopper. Air blow the working hoses. Start the machine and begin smoothly filling the loading hopper with water. Keep adding water to the hopper until clean water comes out of the nozzle. Shut off the valve supplying air to the machine and disassemble the unit. Be especially careful when cleaning the dosing drum, sealing plates, blower, exhaust pipe, and the hopper with the snorkel. Inspect the dosing drum and the surface of the drum lining. The upper and the lower sealing plates must be clean and smooth. There should be no wear, scratches, scuffs or chips. If there is wear or scratches of more than 1 mm, it is necessary to remove the plates and polish them up or replace them with new ones. Before reassembly, it is necessary to lubricate the contact surfaces of the plates with a thin layer of Latal 24. Assemble the machine in reverse order. The nozzle tip and the inside of the nozzle holder body must be thoroughly washed and cleaned. Pay special attention to the holes of the water ring on the core of the nozzle holder. They must be clean and not clogged with shotcrete mixture. If necessary, clean them with a special awl that comes in the tool kit. Inspect the sealing rings of the nozzle holder. They should not have any damage. After cleaning, lubricate the inner part of the nozzle holder body and the outer part of the tip core with a thin layer of Latal 24 and assemble it back. Replacement of consumables. Sealing plate replacement. To replace the sealing plates, you'll need a 13 mm spanner and a sealant. The upper sealing plate is mounted on the dosing head and held by 3 pressure plates. Using the 13 mm spanner, unscrew the bolts of the pressure plates and remove the plate. The plate is installed on a sealant or silicone, so, to remove it, it is necessary to apply some force, but so as not to bend the base of the plate. The lower sealing plate is mounted on guides. It is also installed on a sealant or silicone, so to remove it you need to apply some force, but so as not to bend the base of the plate. The installation of sealing plates is carried out in the reverse order of dismantling. Remove the shotcrete mixture and sealant residues from the surface of the dosing head and the frame where the upper and lower sealing plates stood. The surfaces must be clean. Also remove shotcrete and sealant residues, if any, from the base of the sealing plates. The bases of the plates must be clean. Apply the sealant to the metal bases of the sealing plates around the holes. Install the sealing plates back. Fix the upper sealing plate with 3 pressure plates. Assemble the machine in reverse order. Evenly tighten the tie rods by hand and leave the sealant to dry for a while. Replacing the dosing drum lining. To replace the lining of the dosing drum, we need a 13 mm spanner wrench. Using the 13 mm spanner wrench, unscrew the top trim and the bottom trim. Gaskets are installed between the drum and the linings. Be careful not to damage them when dismantling the linings. If the gaskets are damaged, they must be replaced. The installation of linings of the dosing drum is carried out in the reverse order of dismantling. Before installing the linings, it is necessary to clean the surfaces of the linings and the drum from the shotcrete mixture and dust. Install the lining on the guides and tighten the bolts. Replacing the cone and rubber inserts of the blower. Polyurethane cone inserts have 2 standard sizes, DN38 and DN50. They are installed depending on the diameter of the working hose, respectively. To replace the rubber and cone inserts of the blower, disconnect the lower air supply from the blower cover. Loosen the 3 hinged bolts of the blower cover. Dismantle the cover of the blower together with the cone insert. Remove the cone insert from the blower nozzle. Unscrew the 4 bolts securing the blower housing. Remove the blower housing together with the rubber insert. Remove the rubber insert from the blower body. Before installing a new rubber and cone insert, it is necessary to thoroughly clean the inside of the cover and the blower body from the shotcrete residue. Insert the rubber insert into the blower body. It should go in tightly and to the end. Screw the blower body back to the base and tighten it well. Insert a polyurethane insert inside the blower cover. It must fit tightly and go all the way inside. Connect the blower body, in the place where the polyurethane insert is, to the blower body. Insert the hinged bolts into the slots for fastening the blower body and tighten them well. Replacing the dosing drum. The AC-2 universal shotcrete unit can be equipped with 2 types of dosing drums. A 3.6-liter drum and a 5.6-liter drum. Please note that when you work with the AC-2 shotcrete machine equipped with a 3.6-liter dosing drum, it is recommended that you use a polyurethane cone insert of the blower DN38 and a material hose with a shotcrete nozzle DN38. And when you work with the AC-2 shotcrete machine equipped with a 5.6-liter dosing drum, it is recommended that you use a polyurethane cone blower insert DN50 and a material hose with a shotcrete nozzle DN50. To replace a 3.6-liter dosing drum with a 5.6-liter one or vice versa, it is necessary to dismantle the dosing head with the loading hopper. Then remove the dosing drum from the shaft. Install the desired drum back on the shaft. Since a 3.6-liter dosing drum and a 5.6-liter drum have different heights, it is necessary to adjust the height of all 4 tie rods. To do this, move the rack mounting axis on the tie rod bracket higher for a 5.6-liter drum and lower for a 3.6-liter drum. Assemble the machine back.